Mo Dr. Peter Partey Anti. Dr. Marche.
What's that? What am I?
Dr. Pacho Marche. Dr. How to make car Marche?
Me too, can Nana Yaa.
Yo. Dr. Pom to say.
Nana Yaa Brefo na also.
Nyame extra me papa. Dr. Anapay, Edu Watch, Edu Research Biaba Monte. We are looking at free SHS. His Excellency Airco Parliament, Airco, Etre Ghana, ne, your state, ye womo. Na, ye de niatre adisia, and ne, Edu Watch the Aba, minimum how you assess education then and education today.
But also why they?
Maybe say the state of our education and they, ye be sawa, Uber can say.
Oh, I think it's a share and name a buying cars of the education sector. Now, share name on my we say in terms of policies, name the fancy on a name I say the good character so at 2 years might be echo fine. They've done most of it. Share 3 years, it's some kind. Some by TVET and STEM and those things. They try to do most of the things, especially in terms of laws. On the Abeba and also economy. Now, the now work on mostly how some of these things have been implemented. Into the ideas now. Now, I can say that they've done most of the things that they would want to do. But when it came to implementation, but implementation But when it came to implementation, I think most of us have a problem with how the things have been implemented. So, more example, I'll share the curriculum when I say this is at the basic school. They said that they would make sure that they would implement a curriculum that is responsive to the needs of the timer, the way. So we've changed the curriculum at the basic school, we've done the junior high school, and then the efforts to do that for the senior high school. But look at the challenges a work curriculum at basic school. Look at the challenges a curriculum at the junior high school. They are in their third year. There are issues with
books,
textbooks, and other exactly. So, we should see that they said they would make senior high school education free. Truly, it's been made free in quotes. But those challenges, any go through, you see that it's becoming a little bit problematic for most parents now. I remember Kofi working on my research work and now so speaks to the challenges that particular area. Can say free Wi-Fi, secondary and then colleges of education. You go in and do an assessment of it. Most of them are not working now. The ideas.
I say, the choir band, Minnow Cassa, Nyajuma.
Almost started almost install some of them. But now most of them, the 70 to 80% doesn't work at all. The ideas were there. Okay, the ideas were there. But when it came to the implementation, I a little bit cast them.
Before I back was STEM, found back to the primary level where textbooks, curriculum, yasasa, not textbooks, no, a phrase here, net through and through. Sir, how would they affect? And they are buying classes, is here, or more laptop, secondary level. Na nka na books once my ye kan ye nkoi ye ntumi printing yes ka ye ho adwuma na nka ye de sa curriculum ni nyina de akoto laptop so na nka omo de asua de.
I think that it's a good idea. Whether it is a priority at this time or something that we can discuss, but exposing the children to that kind of technology and allowing them to use that system at that level, a good idea, especially when you look at plenty of textbooks, the cost that counts with it. Now you're having the tablet. I think we have to understand the modalities, and that is one of the problems.
But you spoke about priority. Is it a priority now?
For now, I don't think it's a priority. But as I said, we have to even understand the modalities of these things. So that's one of the problems that some of us we have with the implementation issues are. Because when you conceive an idea and then you don't put it on paper and you don't allow the people in the sector to discuss it, one thing that we should know is that education in no video and yet like and yes with your president and a minister and I say DC BDA and I say MP BDA that be your man in the court could be into be have a say what we call being a stakeholder in the education sector. So if you conceive an idea because we have put you there to manage the education system for us, it is just fair that you bring it back to the representatives now, almost forming the stakeholder community. Until we have the civil society organizations, we have the teacher unions, we have various NGOs and other things that are almost working in the education sector. You bring it to them, we draw, we discuss the idea, and then we fine-tune it so that we'll be able to get the best out of it. That's not what we do here. What we do here is that somebody sleeps and wakes up in the morning and then comes out with anything that the person says about the education sector. And then you start implementing it. And when there are challenges and you try to correct it, then they come and tag you and say, we're with your own paper. So those are the things. They need to let us know the modalities and the policy prescription of the free tablets now almost on the schools. Then we can also speak to it and know the intention, the restrictions. Because as we talk now, you know, secondary schools, they are not supposed to use phones and other things. So if you are bringing something like this, then you need to let us know, are you relaxing that rule? What are the modalities? How are you going to use on all those things? So it's a little bit difficult for most of us within the sector to even make good inputs into some of these things. Because over that's why now at the normal start here, then you start, if you want to now try to ask questions, then you are tagged as A or B or C. You were talking about textbooks at the basic level.
Yes.
It's a big issue. It's a big issue because you see, my whole private schools, you taught textbooks. During all these times, I'm not textbooks in school. You know that Obi and now about private school, you know that you bought textbooks for the child. Now in this country,
but they said, although not textbooks, then a teacher for no or lesson notes, like they took them through the new curriculum. They have materials they can teach with.
That is the issue. Sometimes Omukana may decide one simple question. Into Madam Nana, when we be English language, one of the things that we do is to do reading comprehension in your school. Into it can person or reading comprehension. Then on top passage no board no reading. And as on photocopy that reading material on chairman or class of reading. Teacher in the Sikaya. So some of these excuses and said that and talk. If you want, now one of the things we want to do is to ensure the literacy across. So, in this self as a teacher in English teacher and also reading comprehension, in a book now, I want any of the teacher's guide, one, any Chrome teacher, I don't know who you see. How is the class going to engage in reading comprehension? How are they going to do that?
With
so
all these
play a critical role. It plays a critical role in teaching and learning. That one, nobody should downplay it. Okay, we have difficulties. We should admit, and then make sure that as we go forward, we'll be able to do things right. I think that is the best thing to do. And I was talking about using policies to widen the gap of inequality. In the Kolano private schools, and they were using it in the schools. In the public school, you cannot buy the textbook for the school as an individual unless you have donation. But how many people will donate to all public schools in Ghana? It is the sole responsibility of government to get the textbooks for the schools. So whilst we are complaining and talking about it, and the child in the public school is losing, while the child in the private school is doing well.
But,
at the end of the day, you are widening the gap.
Peter, what we are saying is not reflecting at the end of the day with results about bunting. Osha, according to reports near Babontin, and the SHS for passing
Oh,
I mean, percentage wise, even in JSS.
Yeah, I think that yes, you take conversation, but don't let us go to the.
No, I'm not switching. We have challenges in policies. We have
Yes,
challenges
but when you
teacher
go to-
textbook and my but who just oppose and not to resource a babontia. As a
No. You don't use only this to measure the result. That's why I say that we shouldn't go there. There are a lot of things that
explain
contribute to
further.
performance in an exam. That's what I say. There are a lot of things. We don't want to go into that, but there are a lot of things that contribute to students' performance in the exams, and those things can influence the results positively or negatively.
What are some of the things?
Last year, I said for the first time, and I've said this on other platforms, for the first time, WAEC and the complaining said they are recording Gangantuan a kind of collusion as a missing more practice in our schools. Normally, what is done is that maybe I said, oh, school we almost copy, and I could hear the words, oh, school we almost hear you. For the first time last year, WAEC in a release statement and complaining said the extent of more practice exams in this school, with the WASINO, was unprecedented. So what are you expecting? And you and I know that when you go into an exam center and there are conditions created for people to perform well, it is likely to affect their performance. Again, there are parents who are investing in their world education. Aside the things that they are doing in school, some parents are going far and beyond what they are supposed to do. Those things will affect the students' performance. There are teachers who are not sleeping. They are good. Organizing classes are done at midnight, all those times, to ensure that their works do well. There are students who are also sitting down, whether they are textbooks or not. There are students who are also going out, finding materials and reading. So you cannot ever, unless, of course, somebody would be able to show me a scientific proof that the results that are coming is because of A, B, or C. There are 1,001 reasons why students will perform in an exam. And until we do, you see, that is one thing we don't do in this country. Until we do a scientific analysis of the results and juxtapose that with the various variables that influence performance. We cannot just make a blanket statement and say that, textbooks are not there, but the students are performing.
Influencing
the performance.
Senior high. What are some of the challenges back home in the
senior high? I think the biggest challenge and this one to in America with the girls just recently, 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm using Wesley Girls as an example because when you talk about schools are almost benefited from school students and other things in terms of resources, Wesley Girls, I can say, can be among the top 5. But the president was there, the Minister of Education was there. They were told that in their classes, students are not getting seats to sit on. So for them, they are lucky. They bring in plastic chairs. They say in their dormitories, some of them are sleeping on the floor. Now, what do you want me to say again? What's the girls mean? So what is happening in the Futu Senior High School? What is happening in that village Senior High School? What's the girls are saying? So you see, there are a lot of challenges. And I think that as policymakers, one of the things that we need to do is to accept that things are not all that as we think it should be. And then we try to find ways to address them. The fact that we are admitting doesn't mean that we have failed. No. The fact that we are admitting means that we are ready to make amends and change the system for the betterment of the children in those schools.
As educationists, what the recommendation call? Now, buy a fee one.
Nana Yaa. And then I know I could really see a report. How many times have we not spoken about free SHS funding, saying implementing right from 2017? Some of us looked at the model and then we wrote, you go to the internet, it's there. Free SHS, some of us are free anti-free SHS. They can't say we cannot finance this free SHS system with the model of funding that we are doing. It's not going to work. Every now and then we complain. On Media General, as they have invited me for your public lecture twice. I've said it there. We've written academic papers, opinion papers. See, the person who is in charge is not ready to make amends. I think going forward, what we need to now ask is, what is the vice president, the current track bearer of the MPPs, what is his position on the review of free senior high school? Because they have been made to understand that review is equated to cancellation. Whilst we all know that that is not the case. So we need to, because now the leader of the party is the vice president, and he says he's going to pursue his own vision, and they are the the mother, or we can say, this VSHS buy. If we have to know what his position is, he going to maintain the current mode of running the free SHS, or he's going to subscribe to the review? I think generally this should be the focus for us going forward in 2024.
Medasi Papa, Dr. Peter Partey Anti, Executive Director, Institute of Education Studies. Dr. Anape Mo.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,